Hello, good afternoon. You've tuned into Your Stocks, coming live from the CNBC-TV18 Motilal Oswal studios. I'm Vinny Motiwala. Thank you so much for tuning in as always. Market is where we left it. Not much of a pickup that we're seeing in the markets. 24,790 is where the Nifty is trading at. Right now, also a decline of almost 0.2%. But outperformance coming in from Nifty Bank, mid and small cap, that's managing to hold on to that green as well. So yes, that's what we are watching out for in today's trading session, specifically PSU banks. They're doing very well. PSU banks like Bank of India, Indian Bank, Canara Bank, all these names are buzzing in trade. As of now, also, we've seen a spike up coming in for Hudco as well. So, let's watch out for that. Other than, the PSU banks, Hudco is trading almost at the day's highest point. So that is something interesting in today's trading session. But yes, that's how the momentum is right now in terms of overall the market that we're seeing coming in, the beginning of the new series as well. But joining in with us is today our independent market expert Shahina Mukadam as well as Vaishali Parekh of Prabhudas Lilladher to solve all your stock-related queries. And Vaishali as well as Shahina, good afternoon. Thank you so much as always for joining in with us. Beginning of a new series, hoping for better days coming in. Trump tariff issues continue, but we're hoping for a better market. So let's get started with those stock-related queries for today. The first query is coming in from Shweta Punj, who's writing to us from New Delhi. Holding 100 shares of ITC, price is 400 rupees per share, wants to know if she should buy more of these at the current levels. Vaishali, let me take it to you on the charts and technicals. How is it looking like? And good afternoon.
Hi, very good afternoon. So I think ITC, talking about it, it has hardly been showing any momentum as such. It is just consolidating for now between 410 to 440 levels. So if one has to buy, I would say yes, 410 acts as a very good support. So I think very close to that, one can buy over here and look for this stock to move past 440. That would bring in further strength. And we are looking at a long-term target of around 500, 520. So I guess it's a good level to buy.
Okay, I'll just mark the flashes at the bottom of your screen, which our ticker team is flashing right now. What we have and what sources are saying on Patanjali is that Patanjali Ayurveda is under scrutiny of the Corporate Affairs Ministry. So keep an eye on that. The DG investigation has sent a notice to Patanjali Ayurveda under Section 210 of the Companies Act. The MCA investigation is underway. Likely that will be, completed in the next 3 months. Section 210, if you want to know what that is, of the Companies Act 2013, that is to investigate into the company's affair. And also agencies like the ED, IT, GSC, MCA have an MOU that is there on the exchange of info to look into such matters as well. So that is why Patanjali Foods right now is seeing a bit of a pressure coming in. There is a scrutiny by the Corporate Affairs Ministry. So keep an eye out on that one. Stock down almost 3% in the trading session. Let's move on to the next stock for today and next query for today. We have Sulochana, who's writing to us from Kolkata. 200 shares of Praj Industries, price is 500 rupees per share. She's holding it since last year. She's asking if she can hold the stock for another year. Praj Industries, what's your view coming in on this one, Shahina?
Well, I would say it is advisable to switch. The numbers were a bit disappointing, and I see a lot of analysts now or likely going forward, bringing down the estimates. So I would say it is better to switch from here.
Sure. Welcome back to Your Stocks on CNBC-TV18. We still have with us Shahina as well as Vaishali to solve all your stock-related queries. Thank you so much, ladies, for waiting by patiently. Let's move on to the next query for today. This is coming in from Gorang, who's writing to us from Chennai. He's holding 750 shares of Piramal Pharma. Price is 265 rupees per share, making a loss on this one. And he's holding it since November 2024. He's a long-term investor. Shahina, let me take this to you first. What should the viewer do? Piramal Pharma, yes, it does have that CDMO side of the play coming in, but has not done much in terms of a move. What should one be doing with Piramal Pharma now?
Yeah, Vinny, actually the CDMO side of the business has done quite well if you take the full year, FY25 versus 24. And even going forward, it is a segment which will do well for them and it accounts for about 65% of their revenues. Having said that, I still would suggest a switch and relook at the stock a couple of quarters down the line. Exit now because the US FDA had, inspected their plant and they were issued some observations. Now, I think this could, to some extent, impact their growth for the current couple of quarters. So I would suggest exit now. And also, if you look at their ratios, most of the ratios, at least as of now, financial ratios, single digit ROCs. So, I mean, not very strong ratios also. So I would say exit and then relook at it couple of quarters down the line.
Exit and then relook at it a couple of quarters down the line. Is that the view, Vaishali, that's coming in on the charts as well? Or maybe it's a possibility that, the viewer can actually look to average at these levels as well, given in the last 6 months it's fallen almost 24-25%.
I agree, Vinny. Actually, it is showing signs of revival. We've seen the stock falling right from 310 and now to 207 levels. So there has been a long consolidation at these levels. I would say keep a stop loss of 190 now that you have held on for so long. Average it out. And I think there is a bounce back possibility coming to at least 230, 240. Once we see a clarity of the stock moving above 240 and sustaining, I think we are back on track for further upside. So for now, follow a range of 190 as stop loss and 230, 240 as resistance.
Okay, keep an eye on those levels over there for Piramal Pharma. Let's move on to the next query that is coming in from Kotesh, who's writing to us from Hyderabad. He wants to buy 500 shares of Hero MotoCorp, and this is for long-term investment. Wants to know whether it's a good deal to buy now or shall he wait for some bit of a dip coming in for Hero Motor. Shahina, your view coming in for Hero Motor, and is this the best play in that one could have on the two-wheeler side?
It's not one of my topics in the two-wheeler side. And overall, I think the two-wheeler side is going to see a lot of competition. So even in my view, if one wants to be in two-wheeler, I would say Bajaj Auto looks better, in my view, with a even shorter term and even medium to longer term investment. Hero Moto on valuation basis is not too expensive. On a PE basis, current year it's about 16 times. Even on price to book about 4 times. EV by EBITDA also, it's not really an expensive stock. Just about 11 times EV by EBITDA. Having said that, I think the increased competition is likely to, impact overall growth for at least the next couple of quarters, year, 2 years. So I would say if you want to be in two-wheelers, Bajaj Auto looks better as of now.
Okay, Bajaj Auto looks better as of now to Shahina versus a Hero Moto. On the charts, Vaishali, Hero MotoCorp, is it a good buy or is the view coming in that one should wait for a bit more of a dip here?
I would say actually keep a strategic buying because the stock showed signs of bottoming out at 32, 3,400. And from there on, it has started moving. So buy at every decline. And looking at the chart, I think the stock, at least for a positional trade, one can look for a target of 5,500 to 6,000 levels. And that would be quite a decent gain as far as trading strategy is concerned. But if you have to have it for a longer term period, let's see how it goes. Above 6,200, it could take off to higher targets. So for now, I would say buy at every tranche.
Okay. Buy at every tranche is what the view coming in from Vaishali, but keep an eye out on the stock going forward as well. Let's move on to the next query for today that's coming in from George, who's writing to us from Chennai. He's holding 310 shares of Welspun Corp. Price is 223 rupees per share. So he's holding it for a while. Stock is currently trading at 926. He wants to know if it's the right time to exit or should he continue to hold this one? Should he, reap the benefits of the investment that he's made for a long time, Shahina? Numbers were good even this time. So what should the viewer do now?
Yeah, the numbers were very healthy, and also the order book position, especially the new orders that they're getting from the US market is quite good. Raw material also, I think they will be able to manage quite well over the current year. So I think everything is in place for them to do better going forward. And though the investor is making good money, I would suggest you can continue to hold.
Okay. Continue to hold for Welspun Corp. You could still make some money as well. Maybe book out costings is possibility. But yes, continue to hold the stock. That's a word coming in from China. Vaishali, on the technicals, Welspun Corp, are you expecting more of an upside closer to 1,000 now? Should the viewer be more greedy?
Definitely, the way the chartical formation is, it shows a lot of robust up move. And having said that, well, we have seen good 3-4 days of one-way upside move. But seeing the volume and the way it's moving, it's very likely this can go to 1,000 and 1,050 also. So continue hold.
Okay, 1,050 also is the view coming in there. So you can get some bit more of a profit, at least on the technicals. That what is the indication is coming in. Our next query for today is coming in from Joseph, who's writing to us from Tamil Nadu, holding 1,500 shares of Lux Industries. Price is 1,962 rupees. He's making a loss on this one. The stock is trading at 1,486 rupees. Wants to know whether to hold or look to sell this one. Shahina, your view for Lux Industries on the fundamentals?
I think, one can continue to hold. It's a small cap with market cap just about 4,500 crores. If you see in terms of balance sheet, the balance sheet is strong. It is possible that, with textiles, garments doing better with some hopefully India will have better tariff rates versus China and other neighboring countries going forward, both for US as well as UK, and that should be a positive going forward. Now, having said that, I think fourth quarter numbers, the top line they showed a decent growth of about 15 odd percent, but profits were impacted, margins, raw material cost was higher. So, but if you see for the full year, numbers were decent. So I think valuations also just about fair. I wouldn't say they're cheap, they're not expensive. So you continue to hold, and I would say that you could look for much better levels to exit or book profits or cover some of the losses.
Okay. Exit, book profit, or cover some of the losses. But that's a view on the fundamentals. On the technicals, Lux Industries, what's your view coming in, Vaishali?
I would totally agree. In fact, add more at these levels because this too has just come, this making an attempt to come out of its oversold. So I think the worst is really over. Even for a short-term trading perspective, the near-term target I see is 1,800. And above that, we can see higher levels also. So if bought earlier and you want to average it, this too is a good level to buy.
Okay, can look to buy some more also is the word coming in from Vaishali. Let's move on to the next query. Purav Shah is writing to us from Gujarat. He's holding 650 shares of NCC. Price is 300 rupees per share. Holding it since November 2024. Currently, the stock is trading at 232. So wants to know whether to hold or exit the stock. Shahina, your view?
Well, the numbers were out just yesterday evening. Today, I heard the management also on your channel. And basically, the fourth quarter numbers were a mixed bag. So there was some disappointment. Having said that, I think, the clarity that we've got is that they have got a huge order book of, I believe, over 71,000 crores, of which a large part, over 30,000 crores, was received at the fag end of the year in March. So this would drive growth in the current year, and they are maintaining their guidance for the current year around 10% growth in revenues and EBITDA around 9%, which I think is quite decent. Balance sheet is strong, so I would say it's a hold.
Okay, that's a hold coming in on NCC as well. Balance sheet is also strong. That's the word there. Vaishali, on the charts and technicals also, would it be a hold?
Definitely, because this too, actually, most of these infra stocks are getting back in momentum, and likewise, even NCC. So I'm looking at a good target of around 300, 320 from here on. So, but patience is a must, and technically well placed. So I would say yes, it looks bright for higher targets.
Okay, can continue to hold this one both on the fundamentals and technicals. That's the view there. Next query, Sanket is writing to us from Mumbai. He's holding 250 shares of Jupiter Wagons. Price is 615 rupees per share. Wants to know whether to hold or to sell. Shahina, we had heard all these problems coming in terms of executions. Seems like that's becoming a bit better, or the outlook that everyone on the railway side is talking that FY26 maybe that could be some bit of a better an improvement in terms of execution. Your view coming in specifically for Jupiter Wagons?
Well, if you look at it in the overall sector, compare it with the other railway stocks, Jupiter Wagons, in my view, yeah, they are improving in terms of, they are talking of improvement going forward. Last year was quite a bit of a washout, washout in the sense, disappointment in terms of the execution. Going forward, it looks better. At the same time, I think valuations are a bit high. So if, in my view, you could switch from Jupiter Wagons to maybe a Titagar or Texmaco. I think they look better, especially Texmaco. If you look at pure valuations, they look a bit more attractive.
Okay, Texmaco looks a bit more attractive than Jupiter Wagons. That's the word coming in there. But, that was the last query for today. So thank you so much, Shahina, as well as Vaishali, for joining in with us on the show. As always, helping our viewers solve all their stock-related queries. And viewers, thank you so much for sending us your queries. Keep emailing us all your queries on the email address that is there at the top of your screens as well. But don't go anywhere. You have the last hour of trading that is still left, and closing bell will take you through all that action.